All right. So when it comes to price action or how price reacts based on human behaviors. Okay, and human behaviors repeat with time. Human behaviors repeat with time. Just as we are talking about someone giving money to do this, which has led to another thing, another person will repeat it one day. Yes. So human behaviors repeat. So when it comes to prices too, you stated about the candlesticks, different names given to different candlesticks, how they move and what it means. Now, all these prices, all these candles react on a chart based on human behaviors. So when it comes to support and resistance, as we started yesterday, when it comes to the idea of support and resistance, it becomes something important to traders because support and resistance is important to traders because of one thing, how prices or behaviors repeat. Okay, so when it comes to the idea of support and resistance, majority of traders choose support and resistance because they know that prices reacts and repeats itself with time. They know that if it happens that these two lines are here, definitely when the price goes up to this tent, it will surely get down to this place. It will surely go up again. It will surely come down. So it simply means whatever that happened here, whatever that came here, will surely go back again and it will surely repeat again. So prices react not by magic, but because human behaviors do what repeats itself. So when it comes to trading using support and resistance, it is our core value as traders to learn the basics of support and resistance so that we can be able to um, understand the charts very well. Okay, so this month what we are going to do is simple. We are going to do a very simple practical lesson using just 15 to 20 minutes of our time. Then I will make sure that I will give you the opportunity. It is going to be collaborative session. I'll give you the opportunity. You share your screen. Yes, you share your screen. Then you also try to draw support and resistance for me to see. Mind you, this is beginner session, and I assume that you want to take this course again. So we are going to do that, and I think that is also going to help you. I want to rephrase and then also our sessions, our lessons to ensure that there will be effective session which will support every student. So now let's go to TradingView. Now, yesterday from what we discussed about support and resistance, and we said the support is the floor, and then also the resistance is the ceiling point. So we discussed that this happens to be the ceiling because mostly price reacts in these two zones. So let's assume this is a candle. Okay, let me use okay, green. So let's assume this is a candle. uh, okay. Okay, so let's assume this is a candle. Now, am I drawing? What am I drawing? Okay, let's assume this is a candle. Okay, now with this candle, we have the bearish candle and then also the bullish candle. Bullish. When it comes to the bullish candle, as you can see the green here, the price has got the opening, okay, and then the close. So the price open here, then it closes here. And when it comes to the bearish candle, the price, so let me use that, should be red. So okay, so the candle open here, and then also closes here. These are the two things that you need to know about candlesticks. So on the bearish candle, the opening starts at the top and then also closes at the down. Then on the bullish candle, the price open at the down and then closes at the top, right? So when it comes to using support and resistance, what we can say or what we are starting to say is that now on every chart, so for instance, if this is our candlesticks, okay, let's assume this is the candle, right? Okay, so a week. Okay, so over here, if we are looking for the support, we may assume this happens to be the support area where the price opened, okay, and then also where the price closes. That is where we can target our two zones, that is our support and then what resistance. So where the price began and where the price ends, I think we may get a support and resistance in that particular what area or that zone. So whatever we are talking about support and resistance, first, before we go to the chart, how we can draw support and resistance, you can see this particular candle. So having this candle, the price decided to open at this end and then also closes at where at this end. So we may have our support and then our resistance. And looking at the support where the last price dropped, and then also the resistance where the last price was rejected, right? So if it happens that the price landed here and it couldn't go further, that place happens to be our support. And then if it happened price got here and it couldn't go further, this place happens to be our resistance. Now, in the case of support and resistance, what we also need to learn and understand is that support and resistance are not always fixed. Listen, support and resistance, they are not always fixed. Why? Because for instance, on a chart, let's assume this is a green candle. Okay, so let's assume this is a green candle. Let me start from here. Okay. Okay, so let's assume this is a chart. And then this is another candle. So let's have this here. Now, having this on a chart, we may consider this place to be our maybe our resistance area, and then this place to be our support area. Having this on a chart, when we say support and resistance are not fixed, to which we will go on a chart to look at it. When we say support and resistance are not fixed, now at the point in time, we realize that the price could continue to go below, it could go below, or it could go further. It could go what? It could go further. It could go further. So at the point in time, don't mind the design or whatever. At the point in time, if this place happens to be our resistance, now that the price has breaking above our resistance, this place happens to becomes a new support zone, and then also we now create a new resistance zone, which is so anytime the price creates what we call all-time high, ACH. Then maybe am I running? Am I running with speed? We'll start with the practical. I'm just trying to demonstrate something to you here. Anytime the price try to create a new high, the previous high becomes the low, and then the next high becomes the high. So this was the highest price. Now, because the price has created a new high, this becomes the next low, and then also this becomes the new high. So this place would be the new support, and then also this place will be the next resistance. So always you need to understand that support and resistance are not fixed, and there may be a breakout. So and whenever there is a breakout, the new resistance zone can be support, or the new support zone can be resistance as well. Okay, so let's go on a chart. Let me see if am I going fast? Am I going fast? Am I going fast? Am I going fast? Okay. All right. All right. Okay, that's good. Let's proceed. So now let's have our trading view. So I'm going to take time. This one, we're going to take time to use the trading view very well. Okay. So on trading view, good. Let's go on the chart. So this is the chart, right? This is our chart. So let's click on the chart. Okay. Now, having trading view here, we have Bitcoin. We can choose to change the assets anyhow we want it. Let me see. We are not analyzing, we are learning. Okay. Now, having your trading view here, good, so that we can get things clear. All right. Thank you. Okay, so sorry guys, I guess the network. I realized that I was out of the meeting. Okay, so let's proceed. Hope I'm loud and clear. Hope I'm loud and clear. Hope I'm loud and clear. Let me see. Uh, okay, so let's proceed. Quick. Let's proceed. So let me share my screen. Okay. So now when it comes to support and resistance, there are at least two ways you can draw. I was saying for I said speaking to myself, I was saying mostly support and resistance is a visual art. And when I say it's a visual art, it depends on what the viewer, okay, or yes, what the viewer can see. That's the reason they said beauty is in the what what of the beholder, right? So whatever you see on the support is based on your visual art or visual presentation on what on it. Okay, so looking at this particular chart, we are going to start to draw our support and resistance. And first, I'm going to take it from minimal, from the basics. Okay, so first, the basis of drawing support and resistance come from this angle. The basis of drawing support and resistance come from this angle. And okay, let me change the asset. Any asset at all, but any asset at all can be used to do that. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so having this, we have the chart here, and what we are going to do next is click on first these three dots. Click on these three dots. After clicking on these three dots, we are going to see what you called. Okay, you're going to see chart type. Okay, now there are different chart type, and I believe Coach Mo taught you that. So there are different chart type here that as a trader you may see. So we have different chart type. We have candles, we have lines, we have so let's click on it. We are going to observe them. So let's click on chart type. Now, whatever we are using is the candle. The first one that we are using is the candles. That is what we call the candlesticks. So the candlesticks gives us the visual presentation or arrangement of the charts. Okay. We also have lines. Where is it? We also have line, and the line also gives the same arrangement of traders of the market on the chart, right? Or of the trend on the chart. So we can either choose to use candles, lines, or anything. So if you're a beginner and you find it so difficult, first before we look at the difficult part of it, if you're a trader and you find it so difficult to understand support and resistance, the easiest way you can also use to identify or understand support and resistance is by using the line. So first, let's use the line. So let's tap online. Now you see, once we tap online, the candles just change from candles to lines. Okay, so this is a line, and people who understand how to use the line also use the line to interpret the chart. So it's the same. There is nothing wrong with it, provided you understand. Now, you looking at the line, we are talking about support and resistance. Okay, we are talking about what support and resistance. What we're saying is that support and resistance give traders define meaning or give meaning to trading, right? And when we say it gives meaning to trading, it helps the trader to identify very key areas where the price went up, where the price came down, um, or where the price reversed, where the price got rejected, where the price continued. So, for instance, when you look at this particular area, okay, when you look at this particular area on the chart, look at this zone, you could realize that this is the line. The line went up, and then when it got there, the price came down again. So at this point in time, the trader who is observing this particular line could say that the price got rejected here. Do you get it? So while the price got rejected there, he could say that, okay, then another term I could use to define it is what is resistance. It got resisted. Do you get it? That was the resistance area. That was the resisted area, the place where the price got resisted from moving further. So at the end of the day, using these lines, the trader would be able to define various areas where the price went up, where the price got supported. That is where the price seated. So for instance, when you look at this zone, you could say that this particular area, within this area, this is where the price came down. So when it came down, it couldn't go further again. So that place happens to be our supported area. So if a trader want to decide or want to draw support and resistance, he could look at the chart and observe the chart categorically or critically to observe areas where the price went below and above. And over here, using the lines, you can see everything is very simply defined because you are seeing V and then also inverted V. So it simply means wherever I see V like this, let me make it nicely for you to see. Wherever I see V like this or V, okay, I assume that this is the area where the price seated. And wherever I see inverted V, I assume that is the area the price got rejected. So if I want to draw support and resistance using these particular lines, things will be so easier for me because I know, oh, come on. Things will be so easier for me because I know and understand this line. So the trader who want to use the line will just have to look at the various areas where I can spot out the V and then the inverted V to just draw my support and what resistance on the chart. So looking at this particular chart as an example, okay, so let's have this here. Okay, so having this particular chart as an example, I may just observe to realize that on this particular chart, this was the highest point on the highest price on the chart. Then this happens to be the lowest price or not on the chart. Now, some too can also decide to draw the support and resistance from the current price, right? So I look at this particular chart from the first instance and I observe that okay, this was the angle where the price got rejected most on this particular chart, and then the area where the price seated most on the chart. So now if I am asked to draw my support and resistance, the easiest thing I could do, just as I've understood it here, is to first come here, spot out these two lines, take my drawing bar, then also draw my support and resistance based on how I can see the chart. Let me know if it's clear. Let me know if you get it. Give me one for me to know if you get it. Give me one for me to know if you get it. Give me one for me to know if you get it. Give me one for me to know if you get it. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time because I want you to get these concepts so that you won't go and pay. Okay. I'm taking my time for you to get these concepts of support and resistance. I'm taking my time. Hmm? Then I know that if you go, you sneak out to pay to make payment because you still want to understand support and resistance, then your family members are bewitching you. Then I know you are being bewitched. So we need to whip you with broom. We need to perform broom deliverance for you. Hmm? I'm taking my time to explain so that you understand, so that you wouldn't go and pay. Then, if you start making payment because you want to understand support and resistance, then I know you need broom deliverance. Then I know you need broom what? Broom deliverance. All right, let's proceed. So the Nigerians, they know what we mean by broom deliverance, right? Very good. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, so in this case, if I want to draw the support and resistance, first I can consider maybe the various key zones, right? So first, when I come here, all right, what's happening? I'm coming. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the chart. So over here, when I get here, what I'm going to do next is simple. I have my charts here. Okay. So I have the charts here. Now I know what I can do. Can draw support and resistance. So looking at this particular angle, looking at this area, this zone on the price, I could say that I can target my low or my high, that is my support and my resistance. So first, I have to take my drawing tool. So for the traders who don't know how to use the drawing tool, let's proceed to the drawing tool, how to use the drawing tool. So this is it, right? Good. Now, tap on it nicely. Well, when we tap on this, let me go back. Very good. We have these things here. We have tools, trend lines, and it proceeds in that order. So click on tools. You see, when you click on tools, we have measure, keep drawing. We don't need these things here. We need the trend lines. What we use to draw the support and resistance is sometimes the ray or the horizontal line. And mind you, yesterday we talked about different types of support and resistance. We talked about the horizontal support and resistance. Hope you remember the horizontal support and resistance. Horizontal, okay, horizontal support and resistance. We talk about trend line, that is a slanted one, right? Okay, so over here, the minimum, the basics of all is the support and the horizontal support and resistance. So we are going to use the horizontal line. This is it. So quickly tap on the horizontal line. Once you tap on the horizontal line, you can see there's been a ray, like something like this. Can you see? Hope you can see this that keeps rotating. So wherever I want to draw my support, I'll quickly place it there. Simple. Hope you can see. I'm going to give you the opportunity for you to also do that. At least 2, 3 people for them to do that before we leave here. Okay. So once I place it on it, below it, I take my very good. Now the line is already there. I can decide to tap on this pencil to change the color of the line. If I want green, let me tap on it. I can change the color to maybe color green. Okay. If I want red, I can decide to change the color to red. So now that I have this thing here, I know that now this is my support. So anytime the price goes below this, I know the price has breaking below my support. Do you get it? This is just the support. Now let's look at the resistance. So since on a price we have the highest price on a chart, which is this one, this zone, we could be able to draw our resist. We could be able to use that zone as our resistance zone, right? be able to use that zone as our resistance zone. That was where the highest price got rejected. So we'll still use, go back again, click on the drawing tool, then click on horizontal. So let's quickly do that. Okay, so that zone could be our resistance or resistance zone. So at least from the basis we've been able to draw, we can also decide to change the color if we prefer. That is if we want. But if not, we can decide to leave it. Mhm. So let's see if we can change the color. What color should we choose? Okay, or let's leave it. So in this case, we have two things here. We have our resistance, and then also we also have our support. Now, why are we calling it support? Because this is the area, the zone at which the last price got rejected. That is, it couldn't continue break down further. And this place happens to be our resistance because this is the area where the price got rejected. It couldn't continue further. So looking at this particular chart, we could draw different support and resistance. So we look at this particular area, we could see, so like we said wherever we see the vein, that is our support. Wherever we see the inverted vein, that is our resistance. Now, mind you, there is what we call internal support and resistance. And when we talk of internal support and resistance, this place, mind you, we've been able to get two major zones or two major areas where we could say that, okay, these are the highest zones where price got rejected, where price continued or price couldn't break further or couldn't continue. Within these two, we may get areas or zones. So for instance, when you come here, we are seeing another resistance zone here, another zone here. Over here too, we could see a support here, right? So this zone could be our area where price continue to touch each other. So the next thing that we could do is this. The next thing that we could do is this. We can continue to draw more support and what resistance. So let's do that. Let's use array. Or better still, we can also decide to use the measure. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, right, sorry. So now we have these zones also here. We can also decide to, okay, we can also decide to draw, take another section from this zone. Okay, all right, at least. So you can draw as many as you can, depending on how or what you see on the chart. You can draw as many as you can. But in most cases, the at least if we're able to get the two key zones, if we're able to get the two key zones where you need to get the major price continuation or price rejected, and then also where the price couldn't break further, I think that is okay. Let me know. Can you do this? Can you do this before we move on to the candles? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Okay, okay, okay. Can you do this? Okay, someone say repeat a bit. Okay. Yes, I'll repeat so that you wouldn't go and make payments. If it's cast, you get problem. Once you make payment and it's cast, you get problem. You get serious problem. You just say bye bye to you. Hmm? Can you do it? Very good. So now let me repeat, okay? So let me repeat so that you wouldn't go and make payments. Once you make payments, you have been bewitched. Once you make payments, you have been bewitched, and we will use we will do what you call broom deliverance. We use broom to deliver you. You know, as the Nigerians do, they will tell you what broom deliverance is. Eh? Okay. So let me clean everything. Let me clean everything and then start the thing afresh over here. What we are saying is this. So Isaac, listen. What we are saying is this. I'm taking time to explain this. We know there are other things that we have to discuss, but if we could understand only this part before we end the session, I'm okay. Now, there are candles, okay? There are different ways we can read this chart. And one of the ways we can read the chart is by either using candles or lines. So looking at this particular area, for instance, when you come here, we have the chart type. The chart type, this is it. So that will tell you that it is not only candlestick that the trader can use to read the market, but candlestick is the best way of visualizing the market. Listen, it is not only candlestick that you can use to interpret or visualize the market, but candlestick is the best way of visualizing the market, right? So we have the candlesticks here. Now, looking at the candlestick that we have here, a trader can also decide if you think we are starting from the scratch. So maybe drawing support and resistance may be too difficult for the trader at this point in time, right? So what you could do to help yourself first to understand this particular candlestick is the same as using the line. Whatever the line is presenting is the same thing that the candlestick is also presenting. Okay. So looking at this particular candlesticks, what we are saying is this. Now, looking at this particular chart as an example, what we are saying is this. Very good. Let me extend it so that I'm able to get things clear. We have support and resistance. And what we are saying about support and resistance is this. We said area where the price got rejected most, and then also where the price seated most, right? And when we look at this particular zone, we could easily say that this is the area or this is the zone where the price got seated. This is where the price got seated because that is where it couldn't go further. So we assume this is the floor. Mm? And then the area or the zone where the price couldn't continue further happens to be the ceiling point or the ceiling. That is the resistance. When we say resistance, that is where the price got resisted. They resisted its strength. Its strength in the market was resisted. So I believe in the course of our studies, we discuss about demand and supply, how price is rejected. Okay. So looking at this particular chart as an example, we said a trader can just run very fast. You use your drawing tool. These are drawing tool. Use your drawing tool to draw your support and what your resistance. Now, what makes the support and resistance using the line to be so simple is that now we know that wherever we see vein here, vein like this V, okay. Me, I'm a Ghanaian, so I say V, okay. So wherever I see this inverted vein, I assume that is the supported area, and wherever I see inverted vein, I assume that is the resistance area, because this is where the price met and it couldn't go further. This is where the price met and it couldn't do break further. So looking at this particular chart, you could easily determine various areas where price got rejected, where price got resisted. You can easily determine various areas where price got rejected and where price got resisted. Isaac, I believe you are getting the concept. So if I want to draw, now that I've even been able to use my naked eyes to see those things, I'll just go for my pencil. Now, on this, we have different forms of tools here, but what you're going to do, you have to come to the trend line, okay? trend lines. So on the trend lines, we have the ray. The ray can also use to draw that, but then we are not going to use the ray. We have the horizontal ray. Okay, the horizontal, where is it? Horizontal ray. This is the horizontal ray, but we are not going to use the horizontal ray. We're going to use the horizontal line. The horizontal line. So using the horizontal line, what we are going to do is simple click on the horizontal line. Now you can see immediately you click on the horizontal line, you can see this arrow, this line, the tinted line here. Just drag it nicely, place it on where you want to draw, and then tap on it. Okay, so over here, immediately we do that, you can see that we've drawn our supported area. So that is our support, right? Then if you want to draw the resistance, just the same thing, tap on it. Now we've been able to draw our resistance too. So looking at this particular price, what we are saying is this. Looking at this particular price, what we are saying is this. Now automatically we have our support and what? Support and resistance. The major supported zone and then the resistance zone. This is the area where the price got rejected by sitting here, which is price couldn't break further, and then also this is the area where price couldn't continue further. So this place happens to be the ceiling, then the floor. Now we said we have what we call internal support and then resistance. So in as much as we have the major supported zones, you can see this place also, this zone, this particular area, the price is seated there, which is our support zone. This particular area, the price got rejected here. This particular area, the price got rejected here. And we could give those zones or those areas to as part of what, as support and what, resistance. So therefore, without wasting my time, we just use our drawing tool. We click on it nicely. So let's drag first to this place, then let me quickly tap on it. Very good. So you see, immediately I tap on it, I've been able to draw a new support, a new resistance zone again, right? Good. Now the next thing, I can proceed. Then wherever I want to place the next one, I can also place it here. So this happens to also be my next resistance, or sorry, supported what area. Is it difficult? This is all what you are saying. Is it difficult, Isaac? Let me know. Is it difficult? Just observe it one more time. Is it difficult? Is it difficult? Let me see. Yes. So is it Ben's iPhone? Yes. So where the price got the last price got rejected, and then also where the last price jumped. That is it. That is all. Okay, so it's not. I understand. Okay, I understand now. All right. So can you proceed? Can you proceed? Can you proceed since it's clear? Can you proceed now? All right. Okay. So now that you have everything, you've well understood everything. Please make sure you understand. If you don't understand, just type I don't understand. And if I have to go back, I go back for you to get it clear. So that, because if you bewitched to make payments, well, that will be your personal choice. But immediately you get it blow out, you will find yourself in another hot soup. You find yourself in another hot soup. So make sure you are getting the concept. So you see how people trade support and resistance is this. We will proceed to the candles, but this is the reason why people trade support and resistance. Because people trade support and resistance because at the end of the day, they realize that okay, since the price, since looking at the price really got here, and then after getting here, the next thing that it might be is it might continue further. Okay, so Let's see. Looking at this particular one, okay, now that I've realized, okay, the price has broken. So now that I've realized, okay, now the price has broken below the support. Now maybe the next thing that I have to expect is after it has breaking below the support, maybe it could go further like this. So people uses support and resistance as part of it to ensure that it may be able to use the past profits to interpret what is going to happen next in the market, right? So at the end of the day, this is the memory. When the price got here, listen, when the price got here, it went back again like this before it got rejected. So you see, the next person to, whilst he's expected that if the price gets here, it could also go back again. Do you get the idea? So the price seated here on the supported zone, then it went up again. Then after going up, it came down on another support zone again. So after this support zone, what is going to happen? It is going to go up. Do you get the concept? So if the trader is using the support and resistance, he understand that price could sit here, price could go here. When it's seated here, the next thing that I will see is where it is going to take its next move. So both support and resistance serves as a zone for others where sometimes even institutional traders make decisions, solid decisions, because this is a profitable zone. Why did the price got seated here? Because most people started walking out of the market or taking profits. Do you get it? Why did the price got rejected here? Because this is the take profit zone. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I'm taking it from the basics before we start chewing tiny bones. If you get what I'm saying, give me one. He said, where do you tap for the color to appear? Where do you tap for the color to appear? Now, which color? Okay, so if we talk of the colors, now immediately you do that, this is the color. Okay, just when you tap on this, you get the color. So once you tap on this pencil up here, you get the color. So just tap on it. Once you tap on it, if I want to change it to yellow, that is yellow, right? If I want to change it to the same color, which is color green, we have the green. Hope it's clear. So people use support and resistance because it gives them the clue about the market. Do you get it? It gives them the general clue about the market, because since I now know and understand that price got rejected here or seated here, now it's the probability. Mind you, trading is based on what? Probability of previous events. So reading the past markets, looking at what happened here, and how the price after it seated here, it went up here. Then after that, it broke down before it went again, before it came down. I could easily then say that after getting here, when the price is rejected here, it could still go further again. This is based on the assumption of what you have got here. Not because you are too confidential, but your confidence is based on the past data that you received here. We are moving to the candles. So if you are getting the concept, give me one in the chat. If you are getting the concept, let me see. Come again on the price. May go up, may go back. I believe you get it now. Now, what we are saying is simple. Talking about the reason why people trade support and resistance, because it gives us clue about the markets. It gives clue about the what? About the markets. Now, we've identified various support and resistance on this particular chart, at least about four of them. Now, looking at this, we got our major supported area here, this zone, and we realize that after the price got seated here, Now, when we see the price got seated, it simply means that is where people take profits. Okay, either institutional, other zones, or past take profit zones, or market zones, where we could say that this place was once an area where a trader lost his money or made profits. So the price got here, it seated, and then it went up, it came down, went up, and then also take another cross. You get it? So looking at this particular area, the next thing that the next trader could expect is, since the price got seated here, when the price got seated here, it may also go up again. Looking at the next trend, so he's basing on the idea the price got seated, it went up, it came down, and it's still going to go up again. That is the idea of support and resistance. So now, if the next trader is having an anticipation, he would relax to ensure the price got rejected or seated, have it sit on the support, then we will take the next peak to another level. Okay, so now the next thing is, after doing this, you could easily turn this into candles. After doing this, you could easily turn this into candles. So click on chart type as you've done, then click on candles. Now, having your candles, you could easily see that we have the chart here. What do you see? We have the candles here. We have the candles here, right? So, having the candles, now we can observe clearly whatever we've done on the previous chart. So, let's trace it. So, now we have everything here, right? We have everything here. And within this, we can say that now we've been able to draw support and what? Support and resistance. Now, in a case where you think, okay, now I've grown enough, you don't need this, you want to do it alone, let's see, let's clean it. Let's clean everything. Let me clean everything. How you can draw this without using the lines. So now that I have everything here, the next thing I could do, if I want to take various support and resistance, just as we did for the first one, I could easily come to the chart and determine areas or zones on a chart where price got rejected. And the first thing I could consider, if I want to draw it manually, is the current price. Looking at these particular zones, it's easy to place your support zone on the current price. So I tap on horizontal. This is my current price, right? This is the current price. Okay, so having this current price here, I could easily place my support zone there, right? So I could easily place it there. Very good. Now, looking at this particular zone too, we could say that this is the zone. Oh, okay. So I want only this. So, okay. So we could easily say that this is the angle, or this is the zone where the price got rejected, right? The price couldn't continue further. Sorry, where the price couldn't continue further. So I could proceed, use my drawing tool, horizontal, then place the ray here. I've drawn the next support. Okay, I've drawn it. Sorry, the next resistance. So within these two zones, I can see that the price communicated within these two zones, and whatever I want to do next, I could proceed further to have what we call area. So if I want to draw an area, I want to talk of area where the next basics or internal support took over. So for instance, we may have this particular where the price after this. So we can use our measuring tool. We click on the measuring tool. Good. So, okay. So if I want to draw in both cases I can do that. And let me delete it first. Okay, so now I have my support and then I've deleted it. Okay. Okay, so now I have my support and what I've been able to draw my support and resistance. So this is the first thing. Now, before we proceed, let me see if you understand, or let me know if you understand what we are talking about. Let me know if you understand what we are talking about. I don't want you to be witched. I don't want you to be witched. Let me know if you understand what we are. Let me know if you can draw support and resistance. Let me know if you can draw support and resistance. Let me know. Okay. So the next thing is about the various time frames that support and resistance can be used to communicate. So let me know if you understand. Now, I need three people. I need three people. I want to tell beginners, complete beginner, to draw support and resistance. To draw support and resistance, I need three people. Raise your hand. Just raise your hand. I'll call you. Just raise your hand. I'll call you. I need three people. Oh, I need three people. So just raise your hand. I'll call you. Yes, anyone. 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 So just raise your hand. Yes, so someone is asking, aren't the risks also supposed to be covered? Yes, it depends. It depends. It's not always, but it depends on the trader. Some may decide to use the risks as their very perfected zone where they will place their support and resistance line. Some too may decide to use the exact opening and then the closing of the candle. Right? Okay. Please. So I need three people. Just raise your hand. Okay, very good. I have ability. So I will make you a co-host. Then you share your screen. Um, okay. So ability, I've made you a co-host. You share your screen and then you draw a very nice support and resistance from what we've discussed this morning. So do that. I've given you the mandate to proceed. So go ahead. Ability, can you hear me? Mm. Okay, so I saw two people. So since ability is not, maybe I don't know. I've made you a co-host. Ability. The next person you can raise your hand. The next person you can raise your hand. Okay. So let me make you a co-host. So that is Kenya. Is it Lucas or what? Sorry for your name. Okay, so you can proceed. Share your screen.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me try to share my screen. So my name is Lucas from Rwanda, Kigali. So for normally, I'm going to use the just as we teach us. Normally, I used to draw support and resistance by using by using charts, but not line. But let me try to using lines as usual. The thing is, for a little bit. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see. We can see.
Okay. So far, depend on the time frame. Which one do you prefer? You can use 1 hour.
Okay, for now, just use the time frame will be another thing we'll talk about in the next session. So
Okay.
proceed.
Let me try to use 1 hour. Oh, but this coin having a very, very high drop. Maybe let me change it and find another one. Or maybe this one. Interesting. So then I'm gonna try to I'm gonna keep using the only one logic you're teaching us of looking the way you should finding the V, and then on that top of those V and try to put in the supporting and resistance. So I'm going to the tools of horizontal. Then this is like resistance here first of all, and then I'm going to look in the first one is resistance. Let me try to look for the support. For the support, let me take example like this one is, I think this. Okay, and then let me find at least another two supports in the resistance in order to making difference. Like make this is red and this making green as support. Okay, then let me try to find another resistance. As I see, I think here it's gonna is another resistance because price touching there, but coming back down. There's I think this should be also resistance. But so far, in other words, maybe here should be resistance, support, but okay, let me find another one. Like here, yeah, here, this should be support. make some color. Okay. So far, before I go to the chat, say, am I right or not? What I'm doing? Meta, I'm asking.
I guess that is it. That is it. So, like I've always been saying, support and resistance is a graphic or visual art based on what the trader can see. So, whatever you see, you do it. So proceed. Go on the next one.
Okay. Okay, let me switch to the charts to the candlestick, please. Candlestick. Yep. Candlestick. And they think, as you told us,
Yeah.
exactly. I think we having here, or how we call it, when the market was lunging here, but on the line was saying that is that one is a view sign only. That is why that's one of the key points I getting in this class of today. In other days, to look in the chart like this one, you not actually know exactly where there is support or resistance, but in the line chart, it's showing you very well because as long as you see that V in the line chart, it's gonna be so easy. Even here, challenging everywhere that is just actually is that one of the things I will see that I think even here it's gonna be happening because the line was keeping consistent here, won't go back somehow. So far, I think this is what you was asking for.
All right. Okay. So that is it. That is awesome. So thank you so much. Okay.
You're welcome.
If I can share. Okay, so let me make the next person. The next person. Okay, ability. Ability. Okay, I'm making you a co-host. Okay.
Good morning, leader.
All right. Good morning.
My name is Abid from Nigeria. Let me share my
Okay.
screen. I believe you all can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
From what you taught us this morning about drawing support and resistance, let me pick an asset. Chart type, change it to lines. So I don't choose to line, rectangle. This is where the price will not go further. As our resistance, I change the color to blue. No, let me change another color. Change it to, let me put any color. Let me say red. Now look for another where the price reacts to be our support. To be our support, I'll change the color. So that is my support area. Let me look for another support or resistance rather. Okay, I'll look for another support at this point. I may still think with this. Let me change back to, okay, let me look for another resistance area where the price could not go further. Yes, let me now change back to candles. So these are the points where the price could not go further. I can say, let me do it like this. My favorite tools can say, let me do like this. I'll say this is the area where the price shows that it's coming down. I'll do like this. Okay, let me do this again. I can see is the price, where the price move upward as support. I can also say it's another where the price could not have my resistance, where the price came down. So I can say this is another one which shows the prices are not trend, a downtrend. I think this is little I can
So,
understand.
so on the last one, see we have the main supports and then also the internal support and resistance. So under normal circumstance, since there was not there was no longer a lowest point of all, your current price could have been the first supported area on the chart. Do you get
Okay,
it? Because looking at your chart now, there was no lowest point aside the current price. I
okay.
don't know if you get
Let
the idea.
me, I understand. Let me bring it down.
Very good. because there was
will
no
use this.
lowest point aside the current price. And since the current price happens to be the lowest point, then the current price could be your least supported zone.
Okay.
Okay, so I think
Okay, thank you.
all right, you're welcome. So you can share your screen. All right, so guys, um
I don't know how
okay,
to share.
I'm coming. Let me quickly do that. Okay, I guess you've done that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is simple. If God permit, tomorrow we shall look at how price reacts within support and resistance zones, how price rejects within support and resistance zone, and how we can take profit using support and resistance. Hope that is okay. Hope that is okay. Hope that is okay. Give me one in the chat. Hope that is okay. Hope that is okay. So if God permit, tomorrow we shall look at how price reacts within support and resistance zones, and also how we can take profit using support and resistance. Hope that is okay. All right, very good. Very good. Okay. All right. So I believe you've been able to learn something good this morning. I believe so. Thank you, my leader. Today I've understood support and resistance and how to draw them. All right. So I believe you've been able to learn something good this morning. Please let's all take good care of ourselves out there and ensure that do not go into anyone's inbox. Do not go into anyone's inbox, please. Don't go and chat anyone. I've been saying this over time. If you continue to learn with us here, joining the Zooms and asking the necessary, even on the platform, all the questions that you guys have been asking, we give you answers to ensure at least you can feel secured enough. Please do not go and tempt anyone. Do not go out there to misbehave. Do not go out there to misconduct yourself. Let's all be careful, and be careful to, if someone is so weak enough that the person need your assistance, please do not take advantage over the person. We are human beings and we need to have empathy for ourselves. Of course, we need to have empathy. The fact that someone is weak doesn't mean that you should take advantage over the person. You get it? Please, no matter how hungry you are, do not pour yourself out there. Do not dirty yourself. Learn to maintain your composure, please. All right. I believe you've been able to learn something good. Maybe in the course of the day, I'll open the platform for everyone to feel free to communicate there. But for now, the platform still remains closed. Let's go out there. Whatever we've stated this morning, let's go and practice it. Try to read the chart yourself. Try to analyze things and see how best you can do. And I've been saying this over time. Look, do not trust anyone who gives you signal. They also give the signals just as you yourself you can also give. It's based on their belief, personal convictions, not because they are too good. No one is better than you. You are also good enough. Just because you don't believe in yourself, they believe in themselves. Sometimes no one is going to tell you this, but I, Brother Emmanuel, will tell you. Look, the only difference is they believe in themselves and you don't believe in yourself. That is the difference. It's not because they know too much. If you believe in yourself, you also get the results. It's because you don't believe in yourself too much like that, and you've trusted the person so much. That is the reason you think the person's signal is good or not. So please, let's learn. The difference is knowledge. So acquire the knowledge, practice the knowledge. Look, it doesn't matter whatever you learn. If you refuse to take action with whatever you are learning, you can never make progress. So when it comes to signal giving, I've always been saying this, and very soon we will try our best enough to hold on with giving signal. And I think if we do that, it'll help a lot of people, because most people find it so weak to the extent that they don't even join meeting because they've trusted the signal, they've leaned on the signal, and they no longer want to persuade themselves or also focus on themselves to ensure that they will learn to get their own signals. At the end of the day, we've not done any good if we are just here to produce signals to people. We've not done any good. And our focus is to ensure that everyone can learn to generate his own signals, analyze the market himself. And that is what we call business. Look, if you don't know how to analyze the market, you don't have business. It is time you have to sit up if you really want to make money. It is time you have to sit up to encourage yourself to learn how to make money. If you are not willing to learn how to make money, don't think of money. That is the rule. So please, let's all try our best in our own little way to protect ourselves. That is what I can tell you. Until then, if something happens to you, do not come to my DM, because you refuse to listen to advice. You refuse to listen to advice from leaders. All right, that is what I'll tell you. Let's all go out there. The market is good enough. It seems this week the market is a little bullish, and we could be able to make something good out of it. In as much as that, let's trade with caution. We are still putting setups and other strategies in place to ensure that we can be able to win more. And I believe by this new month coming, that is, we are in October, so by November, we'll bring up a new strategy, and that strategy is going to be super massive, and it's going to produce more results for us. Let's keep going, guys. We are more than winners, we are more than conquerors. We are going to win more, and of course, we'll be the winners in the markets. So please encourage yourself. Do not give up. Let's keep learning and ensure that there is always progress. We shall still meet again in the course of the day. I wish you all the best and have a good day. Love you all. Bye, 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 bye. Okay, bye.